What up, everybody? Blitz Scholar Magic. And today we are going to build an Aragorn deck. And we are going to do it for pennies. So let's set up our avatar here. Got our little cool heavy metal sleeves. Gotta be in the vibe. We gotta confirm these sleeves here. Please confirm. Yes. And we're gonna be playing humans today. So let's put Elspeth there. She's a pretty cool planeswalker for that vibe. And we'll be this little dragon here. And let's see. It's going to be Aragorn Showcase. It's all about the green, okay? So, Aragorn here. So this commander is a 4-cost commander, red, green, white, and blue, legendary creature, human noble. Whenever you cast a white spell, create a 1/1 white human soldier creature token. Whenever you cast a blue spell, scry 2. Whenever you cast a red spell, Aragorn deals 3 damage to target opponent. Whenever you cast a green spell, target creature gets 4/4 until end of turn. So all the modes are good and they're all useful. We'll probably predominantly be using the 1/1, deal 3 damage, and +4/+4, I'd say. It's probably your kind of best bet. But for this deck in particular, I would say the making the tokens is probably our first little foray here. But we are building budget and we are giving this deck away. So the deck I built today, we're going to be purchasing it immediately and then giving it right back to the community. So make sure you make a comment on this video. We'll do a paper deck tech that accompanies this. And these are going to be like $40 budget builds. Then we'll just simply sleeve it up, put it in a nice case, and send it off to you. And you'll have like a cool Aragorn deck. And that's kind of like the name of our game. I follow Wheezy MTGs. It's inspired me to kind of bring my prices down on decks considerably. So I think green is your friend in this case because there's a lot of like easy, what would you say, search spells that will just fix your mana, right? You have like Rampant Growth. Farseek, I think, is pretty cheap still. Shared Roots has gone down because I've already reprinted that a couple times. So there's definitely like a couple like search, search sorceries that I would say that are just kind of like really nice in green that we'll find land. So we say like search land here. So for instance, Farseek, I don't think it's really too bad. I think it's probably like maybe 90 cents at the most, but we can swing that. Into the North is a little more pricey and that's also like just snowlands, so that won't be for us. But Rampant Growth is fine. Shared Roots is good. Those are pretty solid. So those are your search lands. I'm surprised. Oh, are we in 2 mana spot? Yeah, let's open it up a little bit. We're not like beyond like even like a cultivate, for instance, but we want to also be good. Entish Restoration is like a $4 card, but it's also like probably just like maybe a card that we splurge on just for the deck tech. Just because it's giving away. You might like cycle it out for something else, but it's probably just better for what we're doing, right? Yeah. Yeah, I think so. It's probably just better for us to go a little bigger. Flare is not too bad either, I'll be honest. Like, this is like kind of pennies as well. So that's pretty nice. Harrow is really awesome. If you're really kind of building the graveyard up, then you could definitely go there. I don't know if we're going to have too much of a use for the graveyard, to be honest. I think Lumbering Wool Dragon is also just like a crazy card. It's just like really insane for like how much it costs. I think like a lot of cards have like kind of gone under the radar. Summon Fenrir is pretty cool. Just to kind of get your lands going. Invasion of Zendikar is pretty sweet. That's a really good landfall card. If you want to do like Tireless Provisioner stuff. Can kind of get out of hand pretty quick with that. Lotus Cobra. Now that's a little bit more money. But yeah, still like pennies here if you wanted to go kind of some landfall action here with Aragorn. But the landfall cards are kind of pricey. Let's just take a little foray. I don't think we'd have to go too much further with this. I think you'd probably be pretty happy with this. It's little counters matter cards. I mean, that could be pretty sweet too for Aragorn, I'm not going to lie. Let's search landfall to see like kind of what we're dealing with here in green. Shaw's Choco Daddy is pretty cool. Lotus Cobra is like $5, unfortunately, but that's actually a pretty good deal. All of these are like mostly $4-ish or more so far. Even in the Tifa Lockhart is a couple dollars, but she's pretty swell. She gets really strong with Aragorn for sure. It's kind of like an OTK card. But like I said, we're going to keep the price down, I think, a little bit. You can probably just like kind of put these in the sideboard. You know, I could probably just put that in the sideboard for you guys. Ascension's a little bit pricey. Sage is like about $2. All these are about, you know, $20 each. Provisioner is definitely a good option though, for sure. Definitely, I think only like $1. Might Form Harmonizer is like a $2 card. So most of the landfall cards are cracked and they're over like $10 mostly. This is kind of a nice token maker. You know, if you can work up to a Rampaging Baloth, that would be kind of a nice little, you know, win condition. Tanuk is pretty nice, right? For sure. It's a nice Gruul card. It's kind of a nice little buff here for our homies if we make a lot of tokens. And it makes more tokens. For 5 for a 2/3. Kind of sad, but... Tatiova's a pretty good option for these colors. Omnath is a couple bucks. How about Choco? Likes birds. Tatiova. Some good card advantage there, for sure. I think you're pretty happy with this, though. Just a little bit here. I think we get like a Grazer. Those are pretty easy to get. That's good for Flare. Then you can get your ad. Oh, we'll pick up a Brigade right now. Dude, this card is like 23 cents. It's a Gaia's Cradle, and it makes like basically, with Aragorn on the battlefield, it just produces 2 tokens, and you're already off to the races. You're just gonna... Yeah, look at that backside. Pretty crazy. And it'll also produce green or white. Okay, Avon's Pilgrims, like pennies, probably. Elvish Mystic, similarly. And then you get your Llanowar Elf here. Utopia Sprawl can't be that much money either, so that's fine. I think we'll be able to find some force with some search lands. Badgermole Cub. Azuzumani Jerseys, Bramble Familiar. Fanatic, $1 million. Quite literally. Now, Heirloom is like, I think it's like a $4 card. Card is pretty much amazing, though. Let's check on that one. This is going to be our first little check to see what Heirloom, the market price is. Yeah, it's like a couple dollars. And we'll check out the Tifa while we're here. If it's like $3, I'll put that one in for you guys. Oh, it's only $1. So hell the fuck yes. Are you serious, bro? Hold up. Big pull, guys. Big pull. Yeah, that's pretty hot. Ooh. So what does green do for us? Well, it makes our deck cheaper. It makes our deck function correctly for a cheaper cost. Esper Origins is pretty cool, but... Elysian Caryatid? This is my coffee. Hey, no more talking. Might be a couple dollars for that. I don't think so, though. This is probably pennies, this Tingle Florahedron. Just more budget mana producers. We're probably going to get most of our ads from, I think, green white, though, to be honest. Bridgeworks Battle, I hope that's not too expensive. I could foresee it being like $1, but I think we want those like multi-face land cards for sure, if we can. So this is like when we get into the Mona Lisa stuff. And this card can be pretty great because it will add X mana of any color based on Mona Lisa's power. So let me just make sure I'm showcasing these so I don't block them. So, play a green spell, make Mona Lisa have 5 power, and now it's producing 5 mana of any one color. And we love that selection. So we just kind of love these cards that do that. Outcaster Trailblazer similarly is like pennies. So that could definitely be a consideration. Didn't it go down? I think it's like, it plays like a $5 card for sure. I don't know. People like don't like Outlaws. The card is so gas. It's literally like 79 cents. So it's in. Silvala is great, but she's also like $5, I think. But I swear, we'll check on these because their prices are insane right now. Yeah, she's still $3.50. She's still $3.50, guys. Hulking Raptor is pretty cool. Momentous Fall is pretty nice. Defiler Vigor will buff up your squad, right? This card's insane. If it's like $2, it's in for sure. We need it for our tokens. We need to buff up our squad. $2? No, it's like $4, $3. Bummer. Disciple is pretty awesome. It's also like a little pricey. It would play pretty well in this deck, I'm pretty sure, but we are the budgie. We are the budgie. Castle Garenbrig is super sick. Any man lands that we want to hit up while we're here? Lair. It's pretty nice, I'd say. Shifting Woodland, the Shia. Okay, so we've come to Bard class. So there is a world where you kind of go ham with Bard class. So let's get rid of all these basics. We'll do the mana base later. It's not going to be so impressive, really. It's going to be a lot more basics, as you see. When we're going to be praying for our mana fixing. That's what we'll be praying for. All right, so this kind of fits in Bard class, kind of fits in here. And that's got to be zero cents for this card. I'm quite sure, but I will check. As the market is $1 for the Bard class, so that's fine. This card is really cool because it has like a little bit of a build up. They'll make your legendaries a little bit stronger, so that's nice. And then what will happen is that you'll pay 2 into it, and then it will reduce the cost of your legendary spells by red and green, which really opens up our mana. It lets us kind of, play a Tanuk for 1 mana and an Aragorn for a plains and a blue. And that's, if you can kind of sequence those together, you're kind of popping off. So we do kind of like these kind of cards too for Aragorn that are kind of like replacement effects, as you would say. This would not draw a card, but it is a creature. So it is a human. So it's definitely something to consider for the deck. It's probably cracked, to a degree. Because if we do have, say, for instance, a Catilda, that just turns into mana too. So our humans can start be tapped for mana. Manamorphose is just insane in this deck. We have to check on that one because it's usually like a $5 card, but if it's reprinted so many times, sometimes you have to check these things, and it's still a $4 card, which totally makes sense. But no worries, we'll get into Ruby, we'll get into a Stump Stomp, we'll definitely get into a Domri and Arcobolas. Redshift is cool, but I don't know if we'll get into that ability. Clothis is like $1 or so, so it's definitely has a say. Maria's for artifacts, she's our girl, but we don't have too many artifacts in this deck. How about the Tactician? Okay, there's a little Tactician there. Saval is kind of interesting. Ansrog is like kind of like that, one that you have to still check on because it's really good in this deck. But once again, some of these legendaries they're so good. 8/4 for 4 mana, and it's at $11. It's $5 here, $5 there. So, and not on that one. I think Arlen is kind of busted in our token deck because our tokens will get stronger as they enter. I think that's a good choice. She can't be more than $1, I suppose. A lot of these cards, I don't know like exactly why they are cheaper than others. They're just kind of, and I don't even see her here. So her showcase is $75. So maybe she is a little pricey. So $246 for her. I don't think she's worth it for that. Roshin is amazing. There's like an alchemy BS. Roxanne cannot be too expensive. So we'll find a Roxanne. She works well with the bar class for sure. Savage Ventmaw. And then you have like kind of your mana base. Now a lot of these like 2 or few other lands are like 20 cents. So we typically pick those up while we're here. For sure. And these damage lands are also like very cheap. Sometimes these can be a little cheap, but the Rockfall Vale, like the slow lands, sometimes they're not. It just like kind of depends. These are usually mostly cheap too, the Rootbound Crag, for instance. Like I know for sure the Dreamroot Cascade is like pennies. So this is what I was talking about. Like this is kind of like your mana base. Like human creatures you control add 1 mana of any of this creature's colors. That could be really strong with our tokens. It just like lets us kind of get busy with our tokens, which is really nice mana production. Malaria is like protection. So her and like Halvar are kind of like those ones that will kind of keep something like alive. You can do Pippin stuff, you can do Malira, you can do all the above. It's just kind of like up to you. But this would trigger tokens to make tokens with Aragorn, so it's probably pretty decent. You can probably get all those cards. Faber Elder is also fantastic. It will see Aragorn and you'll be able to get into another 4 mana play pretty quick. And we're only in an ad section right now, so we're going to still be able to go through our legendaries here in a second. Whenever you cast a spell, create more tokens. Choose a color, add 1 mana of that color for each different power. That's pretty nice. It's probably pretty dirt cheap too. And let's see what else, guys. What else we got? We got some mana here to work with. Nothing really too crazy. The Prairie's kind of a nice manland. That's a nice little finisher for our tokens as well. Rage Verge Thicket. Sun Petal Groves, those are kind of pennies on the dollar. Kinnan is not our friend for this deck. It's too expensive. Probably costs more than the whole deck itself. LOL. Make sure to like and subscribe. You'll be eligible by commenting on this video and on the next one. Very little competition, I'm sure. Unless I get more subscribers. Oh, is this card like similarly busted too? Mutant Ninja or Turtle spells. Cool. How about Inga and Asuka? Probably busted for our deck as well. I'm not gonna lie. Okay, Botanical Sanctum is fine. Dreamroot Cascade is actually one of those 20-cent slow lands. It's like literally, for whatever reason, it's been reprinted probably in a lot of precons, so it's literally like nothing. Yamamaya Coast. We do have to leave ourselves some basics, room for basics. So this is kind of when it gets a little bit interesting. So Annie Joins Up is like a $4 card, unfortunately. Last time I checked, it is. It is so good, but let's see. Yes, it is. It's very good. Very good rare from Outlaws. But we could still make tokens here. This will make us a hamster token. But it's a legendary, unfortunately. But the Balin is pretty nice. Balin is our kind of token-esque guy. So I'll kind of put him over here. Balin, the Haymaker. Tap 2 untap tokens you control. Add 1 mana of any color. Tap 3 untap tokens you control. Draw. Nice. Tap 4 untap tokens you control. Put 3/1 counters on Balin. Fantastic. Love it. Helga is kind of a nice one, but she only casts creatures, so she's kind of limited to that. So you have to be aware of that one. Don't think we want any of these Teamer banners or Ketria crystals. Loot is a bargain, though. We'll definitely pick up a loot. Song of Creation, don't think so. Omnath is a little bit pricey, and that's the last of that. So now, simply, if we just type in like legendary, and we get like the, just kind of go through these. A Skrelv is nice. It's like $2. That's a nice legendary to pick up. I would like to get Pippin too, for sure. Johnny is like a couple bucks. We're not going to be doing too much targeting. No thanks to Cloud. Velia is kind of interesting. Taru's CEDH. LOL. Adeline is kind of a cool token maker, so we go pick her up. She's hot. She can't be like $2. She's probably $2. She's been reprinted so many times. Brimaz is a little pricey for sure. Lauren has, I think, gone down a lot too. She's definitely amazing. Let's see. She's still kind of over the race. She's all over the place. $4 most recent sell. A little pricey. She's wonderful though. Halia is kind of a nice one, isn't she? She's kind of easy to trigger with Aragorn, I'm not going to lie. Nearly there, I think. Because you'll basically cast her and then she'll produce a token. Nearly there for her, huh? You could probably do like some taxing here too. Lots of creatures, not many non-creature spells. You could definitely consider like a Talia. Let's see. She's only 41 cents. God dang. What a deal, dude. Little tax, guys. A little tax never hurt nobody. Do we want the other Thalia? Yeah, probably. much does she cost? $1? That's fine. The tax a little bit. We gotta slow down our opponent's Dion. It's pretty sweet. That makes tokens, correct? Hell yeah. Get in, homie. I love budget. I feel like you get better decks, like way better decks. They're just so much more like for each other, you know? I don't know. It's just an amazing situation here, guys. Elish Norn, Parhelion, Iganjo, Tirith, Tamio, Barrel, Fibblethip, Malcolm, Goldberry. Not much more of the blue cause. I'm going to be honest here. But maybe Jill. Oh, she's so annoying in bounce decks. I hate her. She is so annoying. Sakashima, oh my god, so busted. Probably pick up a Winota here. Spark Double's $10. I think Winota's like $2. It's nerfed in this format, but it'd be good, I think, mostly for what we're going to be doing. Krong. Ragavan, ooh, so good. Inti and Evora. I do love the trample here. And I love the trample here. I love the value. Let's go get them in. Bar class style, baby. So Magda's $2, but I think she's worth. Hello. Stop. As a $2 splurge, I think she's totally worth. Let's move some of these over. Deck is gonna get in there. General Creed, I love that card. Such a good goblin commander. There's Lelia. Kind of like getting some gasoline, you know? Put in a Lelia too. Squee makes tokens. Kind of love Squee. Let's put him in. And you know what's so funny? We haven't even gotten to like the real juice, which is like the tokens. Like the multicolored token payoffs. Silk on. These are all legendaries. Can't believe Tifa is like less than $2. It's crazy. She's gonna win us so many games. Guaranteed. This guy's pretty cool. Like card advantage. Can't be worth too much money. It's a legendary in green. I wonder if we are Radagast. We have so many different creature types. Lots of humans, so. Let's try a Radagast. Toski. Just kind of spitballing here. I don't think we could be more than $80 on this deck. but we'll take a look. If any outliers are there, like, we'll keep tuning. Vivian, I love Vivian. She's great. Kogla, nice little legendary, can't be worth that much. Probably get the other Kogla too. So very good outcome for us so far, guys. So here's the blue-white. There's Pippin. We definitely want that. We already put some lands in, so we can probably go to like 30 lands. So it looks like we can go 9 more playables. We're kind of at that point. We just picked up a Pippin. This is insane because it can just grant protection from a card type in general. So you can just have Aragorn freely swing, which is really crazy. VV Orniteer, Leela, Rutha. Vadrik is cool. We're not playing too many instants or sorceries. There's Hajar for our protection. Halan and Elena, fantastic. Just completely ripped. Just gets buff, and we just buff other things and give it haste. Fantastic, easy peasy, no problem. Xenagos is crazy, but we just don't have the dollar bills for that. Bayard is cool. I mean, I think it's probably worth a try. I don't know how often we don't have like mentor or anything. So I don't know how many things like buff themselves up. I wonder how that works with this Bayard and the Lumbering Worldwagon. I mean, the bar class could help get there. I'm going to try it out. Culloden, Pinolar, Ragos, Ty Joaquin. Animpa Call is probably right there, right? She's so worth it, though. I would do for $3. Dang, she's kind of pricey, bro. Dang, girl. $5 for her. The market. She's totally worth it. She's great. Oh, you definitely put her in the sideboard. Tajik. It's pretty sweet, huh? This lets you like kind of freely swing in. How much does Tajik cost? $72. And how much is Aurelia? Oh, this Aurelia is still $6. Damn. That one is $1. Makes sense. Ooh, but this could give us some action. Yeah, we'll take some additional combat steps. And you know what? No one cares about Raph and Mikey. It's probably like 0 cents. Yeah, double strike for our humans. That's great. Here's Winota. It's fine. Eowyn, yep. Dejru Hezra, yep. There's Aurelia. So here's our tokens. So yes, we want the Emera. We want Phineas. I think we'll pick up Race too for maybe $2. But I want all like the token payoffs. King Darian, Queen Elenel, and Tauren. This one's pretty amazing too. Galta and Maven. $1.36. Insane. Insane, guys. Absolutely insane. $1.36. GG's. GG's is all I have to say, guys. Now I have to decide, do I put this as a thumbnail? I mean, yeah, I think you have to go big, right? Aragorn, you might just have to take the back seat. You might have to. Double major, that's insane. So, Uro is also similarly insane. Does Uro kind of, I mean, I don't know if we're going to be able to flash it back very well. Yeah. And I think that's kind of the deck. I think we just kind of add lands here. Prime Speaker can get us some cards. Try her out. We'll give it a go. Quandrix is so annoying. Holy, we didn't even get into these guys yet. Ginny Fey. I can't afford a Jetmir, unfortunately. It's a comma, huh? I don't think we can get up to that mana value. Ooh, Lagrella has some nice little prison effects. So we get like our removal from our creatures. And we can get cards from our creatures too. This one is life, based on life. I don't have too much life gain other than that would be itself swinging. Aang is insane. Eshki is probably pretty decent. Kind of just competes with our homie though for mana cost. Surak is pretty nice. It's a little expensive. Shiko. And I think that's it. So now we just add some, I guess, basics and some search lands. And like I said, you're probably going to get most of your removal from your creatures. You have some taxing here, which kind of acts like kind of a counterspell. Very Legendary Matters kind of esque. But we can get some nice little search lands here. You want the ones that match our colors. So Forest, Plains, Island is fine. Mountain, Forest, Plains. You get these for the landfall too, if it'll let me. And Fable's Passage is $1 now from TMNT, so pick that up. And we're 4 colors, so there's a couple more, like, there's some, better options, slightly better, I think, than some of these, but we'll take the Terramorphic and Evolving. Escape Tunnel is fine too. Command Tower, fantastic. Just easy, like, multi-face land cards, right, to get into that are untapped. Witch Enchanter is a little pricey. Jawari could be a kind of fun little counterspell, sneaky one. Hazard would be fun to play. Kazul's Fury would be fun to play. Pinnacle Monk is kind of gas, isn't it? It's kind of a couple dollars, though. Let's check on Pinnacle. If it's like $1, we can just put it in. Yeah, it is $1. It's $1, literally. Nice. Definitely worth, I'd say. Well, not really picking up too much from this, are we? I want to look up one big haymaker, Rishkar. Ooh, Rishkar Expertise, $2, huh? It stabilizes there. Not sure about that one. Did we get there with invasion? Yeah, I think we did with like the Tifa. Xenarcan, it's probably also similarly decent. Okay, so get some white mana here. Got wastes. Plains are island. No, not the Verge. Glacial Fortress. Anchorage. It's probably pretty good, man. Sure, let's get another manland. Let's get an Anchorage. Not too upset about that. Probably a couple dollars for both of these Izzet lands. They're just kind of pricey. Kind of like the Ridgeline too. How are we doing on our Boros lands? Ooh, that's a really good multi-phase land card for us. Double the power here. Legion's Leadership. Bivouac. Well, we'll definitely need more basics for sure. So we can definitely cut down some of these search lands for sure. Gonna be so many. I do like the ones that sacrifice themselves over this just because there are instances where you're going to, have these come down and you're going to want them to sacrifice immediately so that you have access to them the next turn. There's just some instances of that where, you might just have that evolving wild stick and you won't be able to sacrifice it, and you still won't be able to sacrifice it till next turn for whatever reason if it comes into play tapped. And it's really slow. But we do need some action here. Let's get rid of Jawari. Any of the tap lands. We will keep the Kazuls and the Legion Leadership, though. Those are fine. This is fine, right? These are all pretty good and probably really affordable. Maybe the Anchorage or Xenarcan can go. We want Greenland, though. So let's keep the Xenarcan around. And then we can just get basics. Like 8 basics. Apply the styles. You guys ready to roll? I'm ready. So this is Aragorn the Uniter. This is basically a budget build. It's legendary tokens. It's going to absolutely slap. It's going to hurt people and mentally and physically, mostly because it's $0. We don't have to spend like really much of anything to play this deck. Probably the most expensive card is Aragorn here, which is $6. We do give away these decks, and this deck I'm going to order right after this video. I'm going to have it shipped over here super fast, and make sure you comment on the video to be eligible. Just let me know like what you like about Aragorn or whatever you're building right now. Are you building tokens? Are you building Boros? Like I've been kind of checking out the tube, and people are building a lot of cool decks. I just love to watch and see them. We should probably get a Discord soon. Let me know if you guys would be interested in something like that. Because over the summer I could like kind of, monitor it, because I'm not doing much over the summer as I am an educator. But aside from that, we're basically going to play sweet cards like Galta and Maven, which is like only $1. And we're going to be making like super strong tokens, and they're going to just be slamming in. They're going to be tapped and attacking, like 9/9 Aragorns. It's going to be really great. You're just going to love it. You're going to love like the Fable Elder connection with our mana dorks. We're going to get into like Halan and Elena really fast, and some of our other legendaries. And our legendaries are going to get strong, and they're also going to be doing a lot of the removal. A lot of the creatures are going to be of taxing or removing things like Grell the Magpie. This is a great little prison effect for our colors. You have some extra combats like with Raph and Leo. Like you got a who's who of like just token makers or value cards or protectors. It's just like a lot of value, and it's just great. And I'm really excited to showcase this one for you today. So let's get into there. Do like 3 games, and love to see it. So now, guys, the real question is, how much does this deck cost? Like conservatively, like did anything like kind of go over the line, as you would say? This hand is completely cracked. You're gonna love it, guys. It's so busted. It's so busted, guys. Like and subscribe for the bustedness. Hype it up. Look at the bar class, guys. Look at the bar class. It's insane. It's so insane. Oh, Lord have mercy. Just give me an untapped land, homie. I can go with my Magda or get Evora cooking. Oh, never lucky, guys. Never lucky. It's okay. We're suited up. Next turn. Look at Aragorn. He's 2 mana. Oppo, don't touch my bar class, you little bastard. Don't you touch my bar class over there, you nasty loot player. Quantum Riddler Bloodler. That's worth more than our entire deck. It's incredible. Is it gonna stick? That's crazy. We're not scared. We're not scared of their shenanigans. Land, please. Huh. I don't have a basic either. That's really insane. Well, maybe Utopia spell's gotta go. It's a little stronger. It gets a little stronger here. Skrelvi, Magda? Bylin. Skrelvi. What is this? I hate this. I hate everything I see right now. That's a lot of gas. What? They swing? That's insane, bro. Wow, it's a forest. That's really crazy, actually. Can I get Aragorn down? I have to wait. Okay. Everything is fine. We'll do this next turn. We'll do the Utopia Sprawl next turn. We will get Evora down. It's fine. I think Oppo is pretty much dead. But that's just my professional assessment here. I have Skrelvy, so it's really annoying for them. Balth will have to go. Okay, protection. Opponents showed like a lot of lack of respect for this game, and it cost them pretty dearly. So they're just dead. How can I get to that, though? So these are all green spells. So I have white here. This could go like this. Let's go like this. And we'll just beef up Ivora. This will produce white. And then I'll just go like this. Ivora will get stronger. Ivora will get stronger. And then I can just simply give protection. GG's. I like the Balith, but I think I'd rather have a land. I don't want to be mana screwed either, so we'll just kind of do a little bit of edit here. That was like one of our first little ideas, right? The little landfall gas. Let's find another forest, I think. So that was like an absolutely loaded hand with bar class particular cards that were just super, super appropriate. Yuffie, also known as Yuriko. Great. What's this look like for us? I mean, we can get the Mystic down. We'll still be kind of holed in. So, they go first. Yeah, the mana's pretty decent. I think we start off with this little tap land here. Start out with this Miss Amara. So they're going to hurt me now. Nope, they're not ready to hurt me. They could ninjutsu. It really doesn't matter to kill this thing. You really want to kill the things around it, right? To like deal the combat damage. Oh, that's a cool little choice, lowering. I get that. That's a nice one. That totally makes sense for what they're doing. Yeah, like Bridgeworks battling like that is pretty good. You know, Ristic steady. Okay, buddy. You do you. I would almost give them a card, to be honest, to kill their production. Yeah, I would. I think that's kind of a throw. I think they need to like get into this. Because that's like their attacker. And I can kind of get into my invasion and kind of just go ham. They have to put more threats now to the battlefield. I would probably take my Dujuru. Yeah, that would make sense. That's a problem. The short stalker is a problem. Mystic Okay, yeah, once again, the sprawl is looking kind of shit high, doesn't it, guys? I think this is an Aragorn all day. Kind of a weird build they got going on, I'll be honest. Grim Tutor, huh? I was like, whoa, opponent! What are you doing, bro? Oh, did I just miss lethal with the ridgeline? I'm sorry, guys. I'm not the best player. I'll be honest. I'm just alright. And now it has vigilance. Great. But I guess I can pay for this now. Wait! Ow! I'm sucking. Alright, well, we'll get them next turn. Well, they're gonna... Yes, we'll get them next turn. We're fine. Everything's fine. We have this. The ridgeline, of course. They're toasted. I cannot block. I cannot block this. They need to drawn to time warp. This is not a ninja? Que laste, opponent. Play out your blockers. Hey, I don't have to be good. Our goal is to hit 750 subscribers, guys. Can you get me there? Can we get there together? Then it will be 1,000 to the 1,000 subscribers. I'm actually gonna tag this as a finance video. I think that's like very underplayed. Okay, the Utopia sprawl is kind of getting on my nerves, but we do have so many search. Do we have a lot of search lands? You know, we don't. You know, that card is not good for the deck. So we will have to figure that out. This will have to be something else. I'm not sure what it'll be. Maybe it'll just be like a mana dork that, you know, taps other creatures. I think that'd be fine. Plotting sounds excellent. Look at this guy. Look at Phineas, guys. Why'd you do that? You dirty dog. In my case, we'll do it like this. Can I have one turn without you blowing up one of my things? No. Cool.
Let's go out with a bang!
Yeah, this is a problem. Could be like anything else, really. Probably like Arcane Signet would be pretty cool. We have lots of creatures though, so maybe like just like a, you know, one tapper. Taps another creature down for mana, maybe. They're really popping off over there, aren't they? Does that get copied as well? No. Yikes. That's a lot of blue-white, and it's simply not enough for my Aragorn. We could do an Entish Restoration, though, can we? Soon? No. Just going to kill my Trailblazer. It's free, though, right? Green? Pretty amazing card, isn't it? I'd say so for $1. How much gas do they have with this card here? Probably a lot. Could even get like a bolt. Maybe a bolt would be good. Alright. That's cool, opponent. Yeah, like the Sentinel Stalwart, Jaspera Sentinel, Gilded Goose is interesting. Gilded Goose is kind of interesting because it can kind of get in later with Aragorn. Bloom Tender's $1 million, unfortunately. Fanatic is also sweet, but also really expensive. Yeah, I'd rather be in the 1 mana, 2 mana green because any green spell will buff up Aragorn too, so. It's probably a Sentinel. It has Reach also. I think that's probably the best one. This one will mill a card. Yep. I think that's the one. All right, let's end the video with a win. And Ureni, that's a great commander. For sure. Opponent goes first is definitely an uphill battle. There's no doubt. You have to expect that once they hit their stuff, we're going to kind of be in a big hole. And we don't have green mana, so we have to mulligan this one for sure, no matter what. Rage-tastic. More juice for sure, but... Okay, I see what you're doing now, game. I see what you're doing. Obviously, this is insane, this card. This card is great. I think this is like this, and... I think Tajik has got a... This is red mana too, right? I think it's like this. I don't think we have to contend too much with their stuff. I'll be honest. I just need my carrier to live and get into a Trailblazer and we might have a chance. They ramp a lot, so... Yep. So we might be safe because they might just be very preoccupied with getting to 7. And we might have an opportunity to draw a card with Aragorn and then have that next turn, if they whiff with Ureni, to kind of win. This is not good if they target my thing. This is not good if they kill my carrot. Oh, they slowed down. Oh, that's really good for us, actually. That's probably the best result. Now if we get an untapped land, we'll be in some serious business. Is this like a cultivate, or what are we doing now? Opponent, you slow. Okay, Fanatic, that's good. We are going wide. Any way to get haste? This is really good, right? The Bailin. They have sweepers? Just mirror them. Oh, just mirror them. No big deal. I mean, this is so much damage. Ruby. Bailin. I have 5 mana. How does this want to tap? I think they're dead. We're going to go for this, I think. I think we're going to go for that. This one, the 1/1. 9, 11, 13. I don't think it's enough. Okay, it's Ruby then. I have to block. We got there with the blocks. I don't know if the mathematics was totally there. GG's. Yeah, I think maybe we kind of went awry with the Caryatid, because I wanted to kind of get Bailin down for a little more burn damage. You know? That could actually top my tokens for mana too. So we could have probably gotten into another, spell as well. So a little sloppy there, but we get the job done and the deck is completely gasoline. So the cards that I think might be kind of maybe a little pricier than not, I really couldn't tell you. I feel like we kind of kept everything kind of low. I think the Burning Tree Emissary is still pretty cool for a human. I don't mind it. It might turn into a... there's a really nice one. We can switch this over to Commander right now, but I'm saying this is going to be about... I think it's going to clock in at about $100. Right when we kind of queue this up. So insane budget Aragorn here. And I think we get the 2 mana Rada. Yeah, it's tokens. It's definitely tokens. Token legendary. You see how I did that? See how I did that, guys? Our favorite toker. Aragorn and the Aragorn the Uniter. And we will update to cheapest. So, and remember, it will queue up in Aragorn too to start. Some of these are not real cards or considered real, so we have to make sure we take away the A's. And if it has any issues. Okay, no A's. Now we're just looking for Sun Petal Grove. There it is. Save it. All right, it says $96. Surely we can remove an Aragorn, which is $6. I'm so glad we kind of kept the price lower than usual. Maybe the Adeline is a little pricey. We'll switch to cheapest. It's going to be like $70, I think. $67, homie. That is super sick. So the Burning Tree Emissary, I think, is cool. It's kind of like a Manamorphs. But I'm also wondering about just like Rada. I think it's the Heart of Keld. No. No, it's even cheaper than that. It's just a 2-mana dork, basically. It's a legendary for bar class, too. Is it this one? Hair. The hair. I think it's pretty chill. She's just a dork. Another dork that's like good for bar class. I think so. Yeah, we want to up our legendary count. So she's just cheap and kind of gets us there. I think it's fine. I don't know what you're going to do with that mana instant speed. Because that's a sorcery ability, the bar class. I have a couple interesting instances. For sure. All right, let's take a look at this sucker, huh? Let's do a nice little view. Let's go visual grid. And guys, here's the post-game wrap-up. Aragorn the Uniter, $67. This is a deck promotion, so let's make sure people know. So that'll be the title of this video too, which is very cool. Man, guys, I just love this kind of stuff where magic is, it's cool, right? You know, you can bling it out later. Bling it out later. I think this is probably our most expensive card other than the Aragorn is the Adeline. All of these are they're so dirt cheap, it's kind of crazy. Even the Winota is only $1. People were scared of this. It's 40 cents. Dion, Bridget is only 30 cents. All of these cards are just incredible for the deck. They just kind of fit in so well. And we got Invora and Inti. They were slapping hard. Ingen Issaka was nice. Is there a... Yes, there is. Mystic. No, not Mystic. Probably the Fintorn Elves is going to up our $2. Jeez, man. There's got to be like another mana dork that's cheaper than that, right? That produces green? Let's see. No, I don't think so. right, let's look at Scryfall. See if we can get any other dealios, guys. Ah, Soul Ring. Doesn't really go with our colors. It's pretty powerful, though. It's pretty cheap. I think it's probably pretty good. Yeah, let's just put a Soul Ring in. I don't mind. Might as well use it. If you don't use it, lose it, as they say. It will be good with like our Outcaster Trailblazer kind of effects for sure. Like those 3 mana plays, all these like 2 generic pip cards. Roxanne loves Soul Ring. Yeah, I think it's going to be totally fine. All these like kind of splashable cards kind of love Soul Ring, to be honest. And we have plenty of green spells, right, guys? Very fond of the Legion Leadership. Very, I think, underrated card. The double creature's power at instant speed is really crazy for our deck. Bar class is insane. Lumbering Wildwagon. Are there any lands that kind of need to be... Yeah, we don't want to pay that for that. No. We would rather have like an exotic orchard there that's like 20 cents. So any lands that are kind of like, you know, a little higher. See, this is a great 71 cents, the Dreamroot Cascade. Fable Passage is $1. That's kind of crazy. Great man lands here. Great value overall. Great Sinarcan. And how many lands we landed on? 34. It didn't feel like we were like really kind of suffering at 34 lands, did it? I feel like we were kind of just getting exactly where we needed to be. We had full gas. So this might be the deck where we kind of really sneak in the 34 lands. We did get a Soul Ring, so it's like, could be like our 35th. I don't think we need this battle though. It didn't seem that great. Let's get another land. How about a mountain for the funsies? So now we have those. Is Path of Ancestry like kind of a solid for our budget mindset? I think it's probably pretty good. Let's check out Path. Yeah, I mean, that's pretty swell. That's a lot of selection, too. Okay, so we're going to get rid of this mountain. So that's at 35 lands. Let's curate one more time to see if there was one more card that we might, you know, say, I don't know about that one. You know, maybe not. Is it Tanuk? Because I don't know if we have too many lands entering, but it is great with Bar class. We do have some ramp spells. Squeedum makes tokens. Value, the value. And we changed this out for Homegirl. She's pretty good with Bar class too. She's low cost. She ignites Aragorn, so to speak. How about Radagast? Top X card. Where is this? May reveal creature card doesn't share a creature type. We do have lots of humans, but we also have lots of other things. How deep do you go? Yeah. Yeah, I think it's pretty solid. Try the Radagast. How much you cost? $1.34? No problem. Loot is 59 cents. That's insane. Kugla. I should probably get the $4 Kugla. There's also just like the other one that's probably much cheaper. That's in Gruul colors. Yeah, that's just a cheaper option. Yep. Phineas. Yeah, I feel like that's card advantage. Kind of sad by himself, but when he gets kind of going, I think he's pretty good. I don't think I would change much about the deck. I don't think there really is too much to change about it. To get another land in, I just prefer these cards. It could even be like a Soul Ring cut for another land, which is probably pretty valid for our deck. I'll be honest. Might as well. Might as well just make sure we get another land in. 3 forests, 3 mountains. Let's look at our little chart here. See if we're covering everything pretty well. It says we're kind of low on white symbols. It says we cover barely red. Kind of suffering on red and green. Looks like more on green than not, so we should probably add another forest. How does that look now, game? Look a little better. A little better. 56% now. All right, let's goldfish a hand to see. That one doesn't look too hot. This one looks much better. You'll be able to fetch for your colors and kind of get the party started. Might even like, I don't know, find a green creature to flare. Has to be a non-token, right? There's your flare target. Arbil Grazer, right on time. Yeah, baby. All right, so that's the deck, guys. I hope you liked this video. I sure did. And that's Insane Budget Aragorn Token Legendary Deck Promotion. $65. See you later. Bye.